Hello, friends. Welcome back to Just Easy English. I've been thinking a lot about second chances lately, about those moments in life when everything seems to fall apart, and you wonder if it's too late to start over. Have you ever felt that way? Like the world has moved on without you? Well, today's story is about two amazing women who felt exactly like that. They were in their 40s, successful in their own way, but suddenly lost. And what happened next? Oh, it's going to surprise you. It's going to make you smile. And I hope it's going to inspire you, too. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let me tell you about Sarah and Maya and their incredible adventure in Toronto. Let's begin. Just Easy English Podcast. Sarah Spears was having the worst day of her life. Well, maybe not the worst, but it was pretty terrible. She sat in her car outside a shopping mall in Vancouver, staring at her phone. Her hands were shaking a little. She had just lost her job. After 20 years of selling beautiful furniture, two happy customers, the store had closed. Just like that, gone. I'm 43 years old, she whispered to herself. What am I going to do now? Her phone rang. It was Maya. Sarah, are you okay? I heard about the store. Maya Roswells had been Sarah's best friend since university. They met in their 20s, started their careers together, and stayed close even though life got busy. Maya worked in advertising, creating beautiful ads for magazines and billboards. I don't know, Maya. I feel lost. Meet me at our coffee shop. 1 hour. We need to talk. Sarah drove to their favorite cafe in the city. It was a small, cozy place where they'd shared so many conversations over the years. When she arrived, Maya was already there, looking worried. Okay, so, Maya said as Sarah sat down, I have bad news too. Oh no, what happened? They let me go. The advertising agency is closing my department. They said print advertising is dead. Everything is digital now. Social media, websites, apps. Maya shook her head. I don't even understand half of those things. The two friends looked at each other and suddenly started laughing. Not happy laughter, but the kind of laughter that comes when things are so bad. You don't know what else to do. We're 40-something-year-old dinosaurs, Sarah said. Extinct, Maya added. Nobody wants us anymore. They drank their coffee in silence for a moment. Then Sarah's phone buzzed. It was an email. She opened it and her eyes went wide. Maya, look at this. The email was from a company called Bussive, a social media startup in Toronto. They were looking for summer interns. The program was 3 months long, and the best team would get real jobs. At the end, interns, Maya said, Sarah, we're in our 40s. Internships are for college kids. I know, but what else are we going to do? Sit around and feel sorry for ourselves? Maya bit her lip. Toronto is far from Vancouver. It's an adventure, Sarah said, her voice getting stronger. Come on. When was the last time we did something crazy? Maya smiled. You're serious about this? Dead serious. Let's show these young people that we still have something to offer. And that's how two women in their 40s decided to become interns again. In Toronto, 3 weeks later, Sarah and Maya stood outside the Buzzhive building in downtown Toronto. It was modern, with huge glass windows and a big sign that said Create, Connect, Go Viral. I already don't understand what that means, Maya whispered. They walked inside. The office was nothing like their old workplaces. There were no cubicles, no formal desks. Instead, there were colorful bean bags, ping-pong tables, and people working on laptops. Everywhere, everyone looked so young, so confident, so digital. A cheerful woman in her 20s approached them. "Hi, welcome to Buzzhive. I'm Jessica, the program coordinator. You must be Sarah and Maya." "That's us," Sarah said, trying to sound confident. "Amazing. Okay, so here's how it works. You'll be divided into teams of 5. Each team will compete in different challenges over the next 3 months, creating content, building campaigns, understanding analytics. The winning team gets hired full-time." Sarah and Maya exchanged nervous looks. Jessica led them to a large room where about 30 other interns were waiting. Most of them were in their early 20s, wearing hoodies and sneakers, tapping away on their phones. "Okay, everyone," Jessica announced. "Let me introduce your teams." Sarah and Maya ended up on Team Orange. Their teammates were 3 young people who looked, well, interesting. There was Kevin, a 22-year-old computer genius who barely made eye contact and spoke so quietly. You had to lean in to hear him. Then there was Priya, an enthusiastic 24-year-old who talked very fast and seemed to know everything about every social media platform that existed. And finally, there was Tom, a serious guy from a community college who kept adjusting his glasses and looking nervous. "Hi everyone," Priya said excitedly. "Oh my gosh. This is going to be amazing. We're going to crush this competition. I have so many ideas already." Kevin mumbled something that might have been hello. Tom just nodded. Sarah smiled warmly. "Hi, I'm Sarah. This is my friend Maya. We're, a little older than most people here." "A little?" Maya laughed. "We're twice your age." Priya's eyes went wide. "Wait, seriously? Why are you here?" "Same reason as you," Sarah said. "We need jobs, and we're ready to learn." The first challenge was announced the next day. Each team had to create a viral video for a new juice company. The video with the most views and engagement would win. The teams gathered in their areas. Team Orange sat in a circle, and immediately, the young people started talking in a language Sarah and Maya didn't understand. "We need to use TikTok trends," Priya said. "Maybe a transition video with a filter, or a dance challenge. I can code an interactive element," Kevin whispered. Tom nodded seriously. "We should analyze what went viral last month." Sarah and Maya looked at each other, completely lost. Sarah said carefully, "What's a transition video?" Everyone turned to look at her. "You don't know what a transition video is?" Priya asked, surprised. Maya jumped in. "Look, we're not tech experts, but we know about people. We know what makes people feel something. And isn't that what matters, making people feel? The room went quiet. Tom spoke up. Actually, she has a point. A lot of viral videos don't make any sense. They're just trends. But the ones people remember are the ones that touch their hearts. Okay, Priya said slowly. So, what's your idea? Sarah thought for a moment. When I sold furniture, I learned that people don't buy things because of facts. They buy because of stories, because of feelings. What if we tell a story about this juice? Like what? Kevin asked. Maya's face lit up. A story about connection. About a mother and daughter who are too busy for each other. But one day, they sit down together with this juice, and they really talk, really connect. It's simple, real, beautiful. The young people looked at each other. That's actually really good, Tom said. They spent the next week working together. Sarah and Maya helped write the story and coached everyone on how to make it feel real and emotional. Kevin handled the technical side. Priya managed the posting and hashtags. Tom organized everything. When they presented their video, something amazing happened. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't full of special effects. But it made people cry. It made people call their own mothers. It made people share it with their families. Team Orange won the first challenge. After that first win, something changed. The team started to work differently. The young people began asking Sarah and Maya for advice. And Sarah and Maya started learning from the young people too. You know what I love about you two? Priya said one afternoon. You're not afraid to ask questions. Everyone else pretends they know everything. When you've lived long enough, Maya said with a smile, you realize it's okay not to know. The important thing is being willing to learn, challenge after challenge. Team Orange kept improving. They created a successful campaign for a new coffee shop. They built a community around a local bookstore. They even organized a charity event that went viral. But it wasn't always easy. There was one challenge where they had to create content quickly. Using the latest trends, Sarah and Maya struggled. They were too slow. They didn't understand the references. The team came in last place. Sarah felt terrible that night. She called her daughter back in Vancouver. Maybe this was a mistake, Sarah said. Maybe I'm too old for this. Her daughter's voice was firm. Mom, remember what you always told me. That it's not about being perfect. It's about trying. It's about growing. You've learned so much already. Don't give up now. The next day, Sarah came back stronger. She and Maya worked twice as hard, asking questions, watching tutorials and practicing, and slowly they got better. The team grows together. As the weeks passed, Team Orange became more than just co-workers. They became friends. Kevin started speaking up more. Sarah had noticed he was shy, so she always made sure to ask for his opinion. And truly listen. Your ideas are brilliant, she told him one day. Don't hide them. Tom opened up about his fears. He was the first person in his family to go to college, and he felt so much pressure to succeed. Pressure is normal, Maya told him. But remember, your worth isn't just about winning. It's about who you become in the process. And Priya, who seemed so confident, admitted she was scared too. What if I'm not as good as I think I am? She asked one night. Sarah hugged her. You're better than you think. But also, it's okay to be human. It's okay to have doubts. We all do. The final challenge arrived. All the teams had to create a complete marketing campaign for BuzzHiv itself. The campaign would be presented to the company's founders, and the winning team would get hired. Team Orange gathered for one last meeting. Okay, Tom said. This is it. What's our angle? They brainstormed for hours. Finally, Sarah spoke up. What if we focus on connection? Real human connection. That's what social media is supposed to be about, right? But somewhere along the way, it became about likes and followers and numbers. What if we remind people why they started using social media in the first place? To connect with people they love. Maya continued. We could call it the human hive. Show real stories of real people connecting. Not perfect influencers. Just us. Regular humans. Kevin nodded. I love it. Priya was already typing. Yes, this is perfect. They worked day and night. Sarah and Maya brought storytelling and emotional depth. The young people brought technical skills and platform knowledge. Together, they created something beautiful. The presentation day was nerve-wracking. One by one, teams showed their campaigns. Some were flashy and impressive. Some were creative and bold. Then it was Team Orange's turn. Sarah stood up, her heart pounding. Maya stood beside her. We know we're different, Sarah began. Our team has people in their 20s and people in their 40s. We come from different backgrounds, different experiences, but that's our strength. Maya continued. Social media isn't about age. It's not about knowing every trend or every app. It's about understanding people. It's about connection. And that's what the human hive is all about. They showed their campaign, stories of real connections. A grandfather learning to video call his grandson. Friends finding each other after years apart. A community coming together to help a neighbor. All through BuzzHiv when they finished. The room was silent. Then one of the founders started clapping. Then another. Soon, everyone was applauding. The results, a week later, the results were announced. Sarah and Maya held hands. Nervous and hopeful, the winning team, Jessica, announced, showed us that innovation isn't just about technology. It's about the heart. It's about understanding what really matters to people. Congratulations, Team Orange. They had won. All 5 of them, Sarah, Maya, Kevin, Priya, and Tom, got job offers. Real jobs at BuzzHiv. Sarah started crying. Happy tears. Maya hugged her tight. We did it. Maya whispered. We did it. Sarah repeated. 6 months later, Sarah and Maya loved their new jobs. They became the team leads for BuzzHiv's Real Stories department, creating campaigns that focused on authentic human connection. Kevin became more confident and started leading technical projects. Priya became the creative director of her own team. Tom went back to school to finish his degree, working part-time at BuzzHiv. And Sarah and Maya, they proved something important. They proved that it's never too late. Never. Too late to learn. Never too late to try something new. Never too late to believe in yourself. Just Easy English podcast. So, friends, that's the story of Sarah and Maya. You know what I love most about this story? It's the reminder that age is just a number. Experience is valuable. But so is the willingness to learn, to be humble, to try new things even when they scare you. Sarah and Maya could have given up. They could have said, "We're too old. This isn't for us." But they didn't. They showed up. They asked questions. They weren't afraid to look silly or to admit they didn't know something. And here's the beautiful part. The young people learned from them too. It wasn't just about Sarah and Maya learning technology. It was about everyone learning from each other, about teamwork, about combining different strengths to create something better together. So here's my question for you today. What have you been putting off because you think it's too late? What dream have you been ignoring because you think you're too old, or too inexperienced, or too different? Maybe it's time to give yourself a second chance. Maybe it's time to believe that you still have something special to offer the world. Because you do. I promise you, you do. Thank you so much for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed it, please share it with a friend who needs to hear this message. And remember, it's never too late to start again. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. This is Just Easy English. Take care. Friends.